Welcome to SPASRO. Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we will see about Saturn and Mercury in first house. In astrology, when Saturn and Mercury are in the first house of a natal birth chart, it can have a significant influence on a person's personality and life path. The first house, also known as the ascendant or rising sign, represents the individual's outward personality, physical appearance, and how they present themselves to the world. When Saturn and Mercury are in this house, it suggests several key personality traits and life themes. 1. Serious and thoughtful communication. Mercury is the planet of communication and intellect, while Saturn is associated with discipline and seriousness. When they are in the first house, it can indicate that the person communicates in a careful and thoughtful manner. They may come across as reserved or serious in their speech and may choose their words carefully. 2. Intellectual depth. This placement can indicate a strong intellectual inclination. These individuals are often deep thinkers who take their mental pursuits seriously. They may have a strong interest in studying and learning. 3. Reserved and introverted. Saturn tends to make one more reserved and cautious, so individuals with this placement might appear introverted or shy at times. They may have a tendency to hold back their emotions and thoughts until they are sure about the situation. 4. Sense of responsibility. Saturn's influence in the first house can bring a strong sense of responsibility and duty towards oneself and others. These individuals may take their personal goals and ambitions seriously and are willing to work hard to achieve them. 5. Appearance and image. The first house also represents physical appearance, and Saturn can add a sense of seriousness and maturity to one's appearance. These individuals may appear more mature or conservative in their clothing choices. 6. Self-criticism. There can be a tendency towards self-criticism and self-doubt with this placement. Mercury's analytical nature combined with Saturn's critical tendencies may lead to a constant evaluation of oneself and one's abilities. 7. Structured approach. Saturn's influence can bring a structured and organized approach to life. These individuals may prefer to have a clear plan and structure in their daily routines. It's important to note that the interpretation of a birth chart involves considering the positions of all planets, the aspects, angles they make to each other, and the overall context of the individual's life. Additionally, the house placement and aspects of Saturn and Mercury with other planets will further refine the personality traits and life experiences associated with this placement. Consulting with a professional astrologer can provide a more personalized and in-depth analysis of your birth chart. Certainly, let's delve a bit deeper into the influence of Saturn and Mercury in the first house in astrology. 8. Communication challenges. While Mercury is the planet of communication, having Saturn in the first house can bring some challenges to how one expresses themselves. These individuals may sometimes struggle with expressing their thoughts and feelings openly. They might be cautious about revealing too much about themselves to others, which can sometimes create communication barriers. 9. Practical thinkers. Saturn's practicality blends with Mercury's intellectualism in the first house, making these individuals practical thinkers. They tend to apply their intelligence to real-world problems and may excel in fields that require a methodical approach to problem solving. 10. Self-discipline. Saturn's influence in the first house often leads to a high level of self-discipline. These individuals are likely to set ambitious goals for themselves and work diligently toward achieving them. They are not easily swayed by distractions and are willing to put in the effort required to attain their objectives. 11. Responsibility towards self. This placement emphasizes the importance of taking personal responsibility. Individuals with Saturn and Mercury in the first house may feel a strong sense of duty to themselves, their goals, and their self-improvement. They are often motivated to overcome obstacles and challenges. 12. Perfectionism. Mercury's analytical nature combined with Saturn's need for control can sometimes lead to perfectionist tendencies. These individuals may set high standards for themselves and others, which can occasionally result in frustration when things don't meet their expectations. 13. Learning and education. Education and lifelong learning are often highly valued by individuals with this placement. They may pursue advanced degrees or engage in continuous self-improvement through courses and workshops. 14. Caution in relationships. When it comes to relationships, these individuals may approach them with caution. They tend to be thoughtful and analytical in matters of the heart, taking their time to assess potential partners and relationships before fully committing. 15. Public image. The first house is associated with the public persona, and Saturn here can make individuals concerned about their public image and reputation. They may be mindful of how they are perceived by others and strive to maintain a respectable image. 16. Persistence. Saturn's influence in the first house bestows a strong sense of persistence and endurance. These individuals are often willing to work diligently over the long term to achieve their goals, and setbacks are seen as challenges to be overcome rather than insurmountable obstacles. It's important to remember that astrology is a complex and multifaceted system, and individual birth charts are unique. The interpretation of Saturn and Mercury in the first house can vary depending on the specific aspects they form with other planets and the overall themes of the birth chart. For a comprehensive understanding of how these planetary placements impact an individual, it's advisable to consult with a professional astrologer who can provide a personalized analysis. Certainly, let's explore some additional aspects of having Saturn and Mercury in the first house in astrology. 17. Maturity at a young age. People with this placement may appear more mature than their peers from a young age. Saturn's influence can make them take life seriously and approach challenges with a level of maturity and responsibility that is beyond their years. 18. Methodical problem solvers. These individuals often excel in problem solving due to their methodical and structured approach. They have the ability to break down complex issues into manageable parts and find practical solutions. 19. Time management skills. Saturn's influence can instill excellent time management skills. These individuals are often punctual, organized, and efficient in their daily routines. 20. Sense of duty. There's a strong sense of duty and commitment associated with Saturn in the first house. They take their obligations seriously, whether in personal relationships or professional endeavors. 21. Potential for self-critique. While this placement can lead to a strong work ethic, it may also bring self-criticism. These individuals might be hard on themselves, always striving for self-improvement and fearing failure. 22. Reserved confidence. Despite their reserved nature, individuals with this placement often possess a quiet confidence. They may not seek attention or recognition, but they have a steady belief in their abilities. 23. Long-term planning. Saturn's influence encourages a focus on the long term. These individuals are likely to set ambitious, well-thought-out goals for their future and work diligently toward them. 24. Challenges in expressing emotions. While Mercury encourages communication, Saturn's influence can create challenges in expressing emotions openly. These individuals may find it difficult to share their feelings or vulnerabilities with others. 25. Pragmatism in decision-making. Decision-making is typically guided by practical considerations. They are less likely to make impulsive choices and prefer to weigh the pros and cons carefully. 26. Professionalism. In a professional setting, individuals with Saturn and Mercury in the first house often exude professionalism and a sense of responsibility. They are reliable and take their work seriously. 27. Sense of purpose. This placement can give a strong sense of purpose and a feeling of being destined for something significant in life. They may be driven by a sense of responsibility to fulfill their life's mission. 28. Life lessons and growth. Saturn's influence in the first house can bring life lessons related to self-identity, self-worth, and self-discipline. These individuals may face challenges that ultimately contribute to personal growth and development. Remember that astrology is a complex system, and the interpretation of a birth chart involves considering the positions of all the planets, their aspects, and the overall dynamics of the chart. While Saturn and Mercury in the first house provide valuable insights into one's personality and life path, the complete picture requires a comprehensive analysis by a professional astrologer who can take all factors into account.